CBTU has to continue to evolve, to find itself in the situation it finds itself. And there was a quote that A. Felt Randolph had, and it's inscribed on a sculpture piece at Union Station in Washington, D.C. And as often as I can, I read it because it's a reminder of certain fundamental facts. And one of the lines goes, "At the banquet table of nature, there are no reserved seats. You take what you can get, and you keep what you can hold. You can't take anything, you can't hold anything, and you can't do anything without organization." What does the next generation of CB2 leaders and members have to do to make sure they have a seat at the table and that they can keep what they've gotten and they can get more for their generation of people?
I think in thinking about it like that, I have to go back to some big-time lessons that Leonard Ball, who was our first executive director, taught all of us. Each one teach one. So simply put, we current leadership has an obligation to prepare folks for leadership. Slogans won't get you there. We have got to be prepared to sit in the seat and demand respect out of the process. That means you got to put in the extra time, you got to put in the extra effort to be very clear what our mission is, how that mission can be carried out. And we recognize that we don't have perfect institutions out there. So we've got to be constantly trying to keep them prepared to do the issues that come up in their communities. And that's a real job. We should not assume that anybody's going to give us anything. As Randolph said, that power yields nothing without a demand. I mean, it just doesn't happen. If we are a strong organization and we're relevant, people will recognize and room will be made at the table for us. If we are, smoke and mirrors, you will not be able to exercise any influence on any of the things. So for our young folks, we tell them, you got to have your niche deal. I mean, you got to be the best you can at something, so that when that issue come up, folks say, well, geez, I got to call such and such because they are the ones who do this. We've got to fight the issues on behalf of our community, and the community has to know that we're fighting. We got to sort of, call out those who exploit workers in general, that exploit our communities as a daily basis. We got to make people aware of what's taking place in that community because it ultimately affects their livelihood. I mean, we're again where deterioration has been the key constant. And this deterioration in institutions, our school systems, our economic base in our communities. I mean, we've got to be talking to people about those kinds of issues. And I think, I think like any other organization, we got strengths and we've got weaknesses. And we've got to be working on both. We got to make the strong stronger, and we got to make the weak stronger. And our ability to impact policy, our ability to impact the actions of institutions that affect our lives is based on, A, do we have political strength and are we willing to use it? And if we're not, things are going to move right on.